Hello guys, and welcome back to the second instalment of the Sovereignty Masterclass, where we'll be learning how to parsate syntax and write in the quantum grammar. Before I get started, I must first state that this is a private and confidential educational presentation, an online video series between myself and the apprentices of this course. If there's anyone here that is an agent for any government organisation or public institution or corporate body in their official capacity, then please stop the video and leave. This course is a strictly private and confidential tutorship. This is an educational course based on my first-hand knowledge and supporting evidences. If you do not agree with any of my terms to keep this strictly private and confidential, then please stop the video and leave. Okay, perfect. Just read through this before we get into it. So, the language is the code we use to process life and organise all of our interactions, communications and functionalities in society. If there were no communication on some formal level, then there would be no life. The language moves us, drives us, governs us, directs us, and can be used for good or ill. However, certain individuals have learnt the power of language and its inherent power in instructing minds both consciously and subconsciously in order to bring about desired results. Which otherwise, if you look at the analogy of the computer, it is perfect. The software is like our brains. The code programs our brains, which is the software which then performs and brings energy out of the body, which is otherwise the hardware of the computer, which is otherwise referred to as body politics. So language can govern our body politics. Words have powers far beyond their face value, which is why we spell our words as it is a form of magic, a construct that possesses powers that can indirectly influence our very perception and beliefs in this world. David Wynne Miller successfully proved that our current style of reading and writing and our language that we use today has otherwise been bastardized in order to have a somewhat hypnotic effect that switches off our subconscious selves, keeping it in a state of conflict and convolution. This corruption of the code has otherwise been engineered to bring about desired results of control and inner conflict through the use of poison prefixes, suffixes, and syntax. Miller's technology shows us when we are dealing with commerce and contracts that we always want to be correct and always want to present the facts that cannot in any way, shape or form be misinterpreted by the reader, which is otherwise what this current judicial system relies on, the open interpretation of words and sentences through grammar in order to give judgments through opinions, a purely subjective exercise. By learning the correct sentence structure, communications, parsing, syntax, grammar, which is abbreviated here in short, which is CSSCPSG, you will take control of your documents and reveal the fraud used in the language by the judiciary and governments, which will grant you the power to stop and correct through forensic evidence of their foul play used in their documents. As David Wynne Miller says, you cannot put math on trial. By breaking the mathematical code of our language, we can all agree that 3 plus 3 equals 6, rather than 3 plus 3 equals everything but 6, which is what they rely on in their system, which relies on assumption and presumption, lies and fraud. No one has ever gone to war over a math problem in the history of humanity. And by using this wonderful technology, we can help correct the world on paper when it comes to contracts, treaties, trusts and laws. Our current language is very colourful, with many words, meanings and definitions. This is perfect for poetry or artistry, as it relies on the open interpretation of the beholder. Quantum grammar ensures there is no open interpretation, and what everyone sees, reads or hears is the same for all, so there is no dispute or confusion in its translation by the reader. Okay, so this is otherwise the meat and bones of how we're going to back these guys into the corner when it comes to rebutting the fraudulent claims, whether it be your mortgages, your loan contracts, and either correcting the record with these guys with the STQV trusts and the live life claims to bring about a more sovereign and free life for you. And before I carry on, I just want to go back and recap what we did in the previous video, which was filling out the live life claim. In that, when you fill out your envelope,